Dear students, welcome to Cute Chemistry. We are in part 8 of chemical reactions and equation, and in today's class we are going to study few more examples on how to balance a chemical equation. So the question is, hydrogen reacts with chlorine to form hydrogen chloride. So I'll write chemical equation for this. Hydrogen, so the formula for hydrogen is H2. It reacts with chlorine. So the formula for chlorine is Cl2. Both this hydrogen and chlorine remains as a diatomic molecule, which means two atoms combine to form a molecule. So the formula is H2Cl2. It will produce hydrogen chloride. Hydrogen and chloride. So the formula is HCl. So this is the equation. The next step is we have to check whether the equation is balanced or not. For that we have to write the atoms participating in this chemical reaction. We have only hydrogen and chlorine. So we'll check in the reactant side as well as product side. Reactant and this side product. So hydrogen, in the reactant side we have two atoms of hydrogen, and in the product side we have only one hydrogen. And then chlorine, in the reactant side we have two chlorine atoms, and in the product side we have only one chlorine atom, which means hydrogen is not balanced, chlorine is also not balanced. So it is deficient in the product side. In the reactant side we have two atoms, but in the product side we have only one atom, which means the deficiency is at the product side. So what we can do is we can start multiplying with smallest whole number. So if I write 2 here, and then we have to check whether the equation is balanced or not. So in the reactant side we have two hydrogen atom. Now after multiplying hydrogen chloride with 2, in the product side also we have two hydrogen atom. So this 2 is common for hydrogen as well as chlorine. So now hydrogen number is increased. So now it is 2. In the product side, again for chlorine atom, chlorine also become 2 now after multiplying it with 2. So now it is 2. So reactant side hydrogen become 2 and 2, it is balanced, and for chlorine atom also in the reactant side and product side we got 2, which means chlorine is also balanced after multiplying it with 2. Now we have to mention physical state of the reaction to make the equation more informative. For that we have to mention the physical state, and hydrogen we know it is a gas. So gas will be represented as G, and then chlorine is also gas only. That chlorine will be represented as G, and it will produce hydrogen chloride. Hydrogen chloride is also a gas only. If it is given as hydrochloric acid, then it will be in liquid form, but here it is a gaseous form. So two gases combine to produce another gas. That gas is hydrogen chloride gas. Now the equation is more informative after balancing the equation and then after adding physical state of the reaction. Let us take another example. Sodium reacts with water to form sodium hydroxide and hydrogen. Now we will represent this reaction as a chemical reaction. Sodium, so the formula for sodium is Na. That sodium reacts with water. So the formula for water is H2O. So we have identified the reactants. It will produce or to form sodium hydroxide. So the formula for sodium hydroxide is NaOH, and then along with that hydrogen is produced. So the formula for hydrogen is H2. Now we have to check whether the equation is balanced or not. So for that what we have to do, we have to write the atoms participating in this reaction. So we have sodium, hydrogen and oxygen. So only 3 atoms is participating in this reaction. So we'll check with the reactant side and product side. Now in the reactant side we have only one sodium atom. So it is 1. and in the product side also we have only one sodium atom. Next one is hydrogen. In the reactant side we have two hydrogen. So the subscript of hydrogen is 2, so we have two hydrogen atom. In the product side we can see here we have sodium hydroxide got one hydrogen, and hydrogen gas we have two hydrogen, so total number of hydrogen is 3 in the product side. And then oxygen, in the reactant side we have only one oxygen atom, and in the product side also we got only one oxygen atom. Now we have to check where is the deficient. So sodium is balanced, we have 1 and 1, and oxygen also this side one atom, and product side also we have only one atom. But hydrogen is not balanced. In the reactant side we have 2 hydrogen, in the product side we have 3 hydrogen, which means it is not balanced. The deficiency is at the reactant side. So we will start multiplying whole smallest number to the reactant side. So where it is deficient? Deficient for hydrogen. So what we can do is, already we have 2 hydrogen. So let us start multiplying it with 2, smallest whole number. Now we are multiplying it with 2. Now we have to check, because we have altered something in the reactant side. So we have to again write the numbers in the reactant side. Now sodium remains same, only one atom. Hydrogen, after multiplying it with 2, now we have 4 hydrogen atom. And oxygen also, now it is 2. So this 2 is common for both hydrogen and oxygen. So 2 oxygen atom. Now the deficiency is at the product side. So after multiplying it with 2, now the reactant side, the number of atom is increased. So there is a deficiency in product side. So that too, the deficiency is for hydrogen and oxygen atom. The combination of hydrogen and oxygen atom is present in sodium hydroxide. So we can multiply from sodium hydroxide with a smallest whole number. So if I put 2 here, we start multiplying the sodium hydroxide with 2. Now we will check the atoms which is present in the product side. So sodium, now this 2 is common for sodium, oxygen and hydrogen. So the number of atoms for sodium is now 2, and hydrogen, here we have 2 hydrogen and this side we have 2 hydrogen. So total number of hydrogen is now 4. And then oxygen, in the reactant side we have 2 oxygen atom. In the product side also we have 2 oxygen atom. So now it is 2. After multiplying 2 with sodium hydroxide, now hydrogen and oxygen is balanced, but sodium is not balanced. There is a deficiency with sodium in the reactant side. So reactant side we have only one sodium, but in the product side we have 2 sodium atom. So what we can do is, we can multiply 2 to sodium in the reactant side. So when we multiply 2 to the reactant side of sodium, then the number of sodium will increase. Now the sodium is 2 in the reactant side, and the product side we have 2 only. So now it is balanced. You can just cross check once. 2 sodium atom in the reactant side, 4 hydrogen atom in the reactant side, 2 oxygen atom in the reactant side. Now in the product side we have 2 sodium atom, then here we have 2 oxygen atom, and then hydrogen we have 2, here we have 2. So total it is 4 hydrogen atom. So now the equation is balanced. The next step is, we have to mention physical state of the reaction so that the equation will become more informative. So sodium is a metal. So the metal will be in solid state. So that will be represented as S. Water, so water will be liquid. State of water is liquid, and then it will produce sodium hydroxide. This sodium hydroxide will remain in the solution. So which means the state of sodium hydroxide is aqueous. Along with that we are getting hydrogen. So hydrogen is a gas. Now the equation is more informative after balancing, after adding physical state of the reaction. In the past 2 videos, that is part 7 and part 8, we have studied about how to balance a chemical equation. So in the next video, we'll see about types of chemical reaction in detail. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions, Please drop your question in comment section.